Hi there, Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent, licensed in all 50 states and Puerto Rico, the founder of CGO, Contractual Guarantees Only. We look at annuities for what they will do, not what they might do, the contractual guarantees of the policies. Today's topic is an interesting one. I have a couple stories on it. Annuities or annuity versus real estate. Let's look at that from the standpoint of just allocation, which one makes the most sense, how you can choose, etc. after this. Okay, the first thing that I want to do is talk about annuities and real estate. Annuities are transfer of risk products. You're transferring the risk to the life insurance company that issues the annuity to solve for four things. The acronym is PIL: principal protection, income for life, legacy, or long-term care. One of those four you're trying to solve for. Again, principal protection, income for life, legacy, long-term care. For example, for lifetime income, you're transferring the risk to that life insurance company issuing the lifetime income guarantee so that it's going to pay for as long as you're breathing, or if you set it up with your spouse, for as long as one of you is breathing, and we will structure it so that 100% of any unused money will go to the family and not the evil annuity company. So don't hit me with, if you die, annuity company keeps money. Unless you tell us to do that and you hate your beneficiaries and you're a complete misanthrope, we're going to set it up to where the money's going to come to your family. So that's annuities, transfer of risk. Real estate, you're not transferring risk at all. You're shouldering the risk. Long-term investment, it's a good one. They don't, as my grandfather used to say, he's the one that also said, if you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything, which is our business model at the Annuity Man. But he also said, they ain't making land no more, son. He's right about that. So I had a situation the other day. A gentleman wanted to buy an annuity, but he calls me up and he goes, and he was like in the application process. He'd already made up his mind. It was going through the application process. He calls me and he goes, Stan, this house land came up for sale just after we talked. And after the application was in, and what do you think? Should I buy the land and that's beside me, or should I buy the annuity? Without hesitation, buy the land, buy the annuity. And he was one of those guys that could fix things, and he was handy and all that stuff. See, I can't do any of that. Like my wife, see, she married me because I'm a mediocre guitar player. I'm sometimes fun. I buy her all kinds of nice things. But I can't fix the flapper on a toilet. She has to do that. And she's in Nebraska. I mean, they grew up learning that stuff. I can shoot a basketball. My dad, he didn't teach me how to change a tire, but I can shoot a three-pointer. And that's really good when you're applying for a job. Shooting three-pointers. Hey, you're fat. What are you doing shooting three-pointers? But the point is, this guy was looking at this real estate, and I said, no, we'll cancel the application, go buy the real estate. Good friend of mine in Winter Park, Florida, arguably the top life insurance agent in the country, sells just straight life insurance. With his other money, he buys and renovates rental houses. I think he's got 50 or 60. I mean, he's like this mogul, but he loves doing that. And if he called me up and said, should I buy an annuity or real estate? Real estate. Because what he's doing is creating an income stream from the rental properties. That's in essence an annuity type payment. Now the annuity income stream is turnkey. You don't have to mess with it. You ain't got to fix nothing. Okay, you ain't got to fix the air conditioner on annuity. But if you know how to do that stuff, that's also an annuity type payment. We're talking about income floor a lot of times. What's your income floor? What's that amount of money that's hitting your bank account every single month, regardless of what happens? Annuities, Social Security, pension, dividend stocks, real estate, rentals. So there's not one that's better than the other, but I don't think they could be in the same category. I don't look at annuities as investments. They're contracts. They're transfer of risk contracts. Real estate, that's an investment. And there's so many variables to that. There's, where are you living, taxation, is it a rental property, is it raw land? What is it? Are you just buying it because you don't want another neighbor? That's why I'd buy it. I'd be the guy that on the cul-de-sac, buy all the houses. They'd all be empty, and I'd be at the end of the cul-de-sac. I don't need neighbors. I know what you're saying. Really? Yeah, that's me. But so real estate, you really can't compare the two. What I'd rather you do is say, okay, why am I buying the real estate? What is my goal? For anything, investments, because I came from Morgan Stanley, Dean Witter, Payne Weber, UBS. What's your goal? What are you trying to do? With annuities, I know what you better be trying to do. Looking at the contractual guarantees, principal protection, income for life, legacy, and long-term care, you got to solve for one of those. But over here, what are you trying to do, Chester? Are you just buying land? Are you running cattle on it? Are you building a house for rental? What are you doing? Good teammate of mine from college, he could be the tallest and largest building constructor guy in the country. He's like 6'10", 340 and change. But what he does is that he buys up houses that are just beat up, fixes them up, rents them, fixes it up, rents them. My grandfather, Hunter Garrison, that gave us all the great sayings of, you know, if you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. That's Hunter Garrison. Hunter Garrison worked in the textile mills in North Carolina. And people out there know what that is. I mean, they all got shipped away overseas and those plants all closed. But he worked as a loom operator. And, you know, with any extra money, he would build houses on his farm and rent them out. Rent them out. He would, you know, he didn't borrow money. There's no borrowing money back then. He'd save the money, build the house, rent them out. That was a good investment to him. Great story on that side note. My grandmother, Margie, they would not rent to anyone back then that had facial hair. So Dr. V, you'd be out of business, man. You go to rent the house, they'd be like, get out. Because they called people with facial hair woolly boogers. That was it. I don't think there's any racial undertones. I just think they thought they were woolly boogers. And my grandfather was like, if they got facial hair, they might not pay the rent on time. I'm thinking, okay, that's a filter. I guess that's suitability. I don't know. But real estate for him made sense. I get calls all the time. I did have one the other day, and the guy calls and he goes, this is my first annuity I'm looking at. I primarily do real estate. My question was, are you good at it? Yeah, I'm pretty good at it. Been doing it for 30 years. I kind of know what I'm doing. Then why are you buying an annuity? That's how I make my living. But I'm not going to put a square peg into a round hole. This guy told me that's what he does. That's what he feels comfortable with. Now, I did have another call a couple months ago. The guy said the same thing. And I said, well, about the real estate. He goes, yeah, but I don't want to do it anymore. Okay, that's a whole different story. Or he feels like he's not hitting on all cylinders anymore. My wife she don't want to do this anymore. She wants me to sell the property. Okay, then buy annuities, buy the contractual guarantees, and go live your life. Go buy your wife all that stuff that you didn't buy her because you're buying refrigerators and washer dryers for the rental properties you had. But they cannot be compared from the standpoint of one's an investment, one's a transfer risk product. But they both can be compared. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to accomplish? What do you feel most comfortable with? What are you good at? What are you trying to do with your life, chapter 2? Well, I've been doing this for 30 years. I don't want to do real estate anymore, Stan. I just want lifetime income, the same income stream I was getting from the houses. I just don't want to fix the refrigerator anymore. Got it. Done. Or, Stan, I'm just going to take that real estate money and buy MIGAs and just get the interest. Okay, got it. But annuities and real estate is a great example of what are you trying to do? What's the goal? And when it comes to money, whether you're talking about annuity as a transfer risk product, whether you're talking about the stock market, whether you're talking about real estate, whether you're talking about art, coins, gold, whatever, what's your goal? What's your time frame? Don't just meander into something and buy it. Well, it sounded like a pretty good deal. I thought I'd buy it. Okay, great. Okay, that didn't work. Have a goal. Go to my site, theannuityman.com. You can run quotes 24/7, 365. You can email me, Stan at The Annuity Man, or set a call that I'll call you right on the dot, free. And we could talk about it. You might be in this situation where you're thinking real estate, annuities, real estate, Bitcoin, real estate, stocks, real estate. We'll talk about it. We'll have an honest conversation about it. The only agenda I have is to get the truth out of you, and then we can make a decision, all right? One last favor. Above my head, one of the greatest videos ever shot. It's called Why People Still Hate Annuities. It's brutal, it's honest, it's transparent. It's kind of what you're thinking, but not, because I cover it from a couple of angles, and I agree and disagree with you at the same time. How about that? All in a 10-minute package of absolute fun and enjoyment. All right? Hey, my name is Stan the Annuity Man. I really thank you for joining me and clicking this button, and I hope to see you next time.